Prisoner code, unwritten rules that a prisoner should be living by, yeah? All of which are probably broken every single day, every minute of every day, but, you know, we all probably pretend we live by them every day. No snitching. That's an obvious one, isn't it? Don't snitch. Don't be a little grass. Don't rat. Don't be a little hater and try and ruin someone's day, ruin their little buzz, mate, by being a little snitch. Thing about snitching in jail is, mate, you never know, does it, do you? There's a wing full of people. You've always got an idea, but you never really know. I mean, wings getting locked down, people getting spun. I mean, there's a million things in your head. You can say, oh yeah, but a specific time where you can say, no, he snitched. I don't know. I mean, don't be these are all sort of linked. Don't snitch. Don't be nosy. Don't ask. Yeah, don't be nosy. Don't ask. It's all linked, isn't it? I mean, if you're nosy and something happens, say you're being nosy and someone's in the cell on a phone, someone's sitting there like that having a chat. You walk past the cell, put your nose in, and go, is that a phone, mate? Yeah, fuck off. You know what I mean? Again, that was sort of 2 in 1, wasn't it? Don't be nosy, don't ask. I walk past the door. Oh, is that a phone? Don't what? And then 10 minutes later, he gets caught with it. Who's he going to blame? You. No pad thieving. No pad thieving. I've told the story about the geezer in Bedford robbing the gold off an old man, giving him a slap. He beat him up, took his stuff. I mean, didn't end well for him, did it? He got beat up, and someone who wasn't even linked to the old man, apart from being his friend, paid someone to beat him up, filmed it, and showed everyone. I've told the other story about the boy in Chelmsford that got caught robbing stamps, I think it was. He got tied up all night by his arms to the top bunk. All night he was left hanging there by his arms that way. So he's like, arms are behind him. He's on the bottom bunk, tied with his arms behind him to the top bunk. Yeah. So he swings. So you imagine that after a few hours. He was there all night, and the geezer that got hold of him, got his boxers, rubbed them all over his balls and his bum, dug it deep, and then put it over his face, like made him wear it like a mask, like Spider-Man. Yeah, he was a pad thief. I mean, that's a rule that gets broke all the time. I've been involved in it. I've told a story about paying someone to nick me a memory card. I've run up in people's cells with other people and robbed them. I've been robbed. I've had the same thing happen to me. Yeah, don't run up in people's cells, but it happens literally all the time. Always pay debts. I was murder at Pad. I'd always pay, but I'd always be late. There'd always be people knocking on my door like, have you got this? It's on today if you ain't. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't want to get that name of not paying. I mean, where you gonna go? There's only so many wings in a jail that you can keep knocking people and going to, isn't it? I mean, it's gonna run out eventually. You're gonna end up on the numbers, under protection, and to go on protection, you've got to go to the gov, to the officer. You can't just go, I want to go on protection. You've got to say like, well, I've got information. Can you, like, there's the information. Can you move me? I mean, also, if you get an unfair person, I was in Bedford, yeah, and I got debted up to the eyeballs with this geezer, and he was the most unfair geezer in the world. Listen to me, I'm still moaning about it. He was right. If you don't pay, you get doubled. Yeah, he wasn't me mate. He had no loyalty to me. Didn't like me. I didn't like him. He probably didn't like me. and I was always late paying him, and he'd always double it. So I ended up paying him, and I paid it. I finished paying it time ago, but so he was just an awkward. Like, I'm still moaning. I can't get over it, and I was totally in the wrong. And like, you know, if I'd have just paid, if I'd have just paid, it'd have been sorted. You know what I mean? But he kept doubling it, and a bit. I was late. Like, I nearly started moaning again. I nearly started moaning again. Don't take the mick out of people. Don't let people take the mick out of you. Sorry, I should say. Don't let people take the mick out of you. Um, an example of that. Don't let the people. And a personal example, yeah. In Stockton, I bought a pair of trainers off someone, yeah. I'd literally had to cut the back of my old ones, cut them. Yeah, I ended up buying trainers all the time anyway, yeah. But you know, swapping trainers, buying trainers, or whatever. I ended up having to cut the back of my trainers because I had an ingrown toenail. I was in agony. So I had to cut the back of my trainers to relieve the pressure. It had all healed. You know what I mean? It had all gone back to normal. I needed trainers. Bought these trainers off matey, and I sent him a postal order. I got a postal order sent on road to him, and he kept saying it didn't come. And at first you go, okay, you're on to your people. Is it come? Is it come? And then eventually they're saying, yes, I've got it signed off. It's been cashed. The money's gone out of the bank. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. He's got it. I'm telling him this. He's like, no, we ain't, no, we ain't. You're gonna have to pay it again. Blah blah blah. I've ended up taking him in my cell, and I make no bones about it. There was two of us, yeah, me and someone else, and absolutely give the skeezer an hiding, allegedly, yeah. I mean, yeah, people could say, out of all the two of you, should have had a straightener. Yeah, whatever, innit? We went in there and give him an hiding, and yeah, he never asked for it again after that. It's weird, isn't it? If you stick up for yourself, people leave you alone. That's the moral of that story. Always return what you lend. I mean, yeah, if you borrow someone's CD, then you don't give that CD back. You're probably going to get slap, which I've seen happen. And who's going to lend you stuff after that? I mean, you want a good name, didn't you? While you're in there, I mean, it's a very small environment. The wing could have 50 people on it, 100 people on it, or whatever. Like you don't need the sort of the bad name. You know what I mean? Uh, don't have it with the screws. I mean, you can be friendly with the screws, have a chat with the screws, have a laugh with the screws. I mean, I nicked a toaster out of the screws office. This is in Chelmsford. I was a cleaner on Sea Wing, nicked a toaster out of their office, and had it in my cell. They had two toasters. I thought, well, I'll have one in the cell. They used to literally come in my cell in the morning, and I used to make them toast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was. What could you do? I wanted a toaster. Like, it was a sort of a like, we'll do for you. You do for you. You want the toaster? Make us toast. You know what I mean? But yeah, but you don't have it with the screws, man. Don't like come on the landing and just sit there and have it with the screws, like and just stand at the soch, waste your soch having it with a screw. I mean, don't look again. If things start happening on the wing and people start getting caught for stuff, they're gonna blame you in it for that grassing with a screw. Except if you nick a toaster, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't just the screws I was making toast for; it's everyone. But yeah, it's weird. Like they had two toasters in the cell on Sea Wing. If they ever watch this, they'll know exactly who they are. And I nicked it, and instead of getting the toaster back for a start, or even just using the other one and nicking me for nicking out the office, getting me in trouble, they used to just I used to make them toast. And the other cleaners were well jealous. They used to keep coming up to me and asking, like, telling me it was their turn to, like being serious. Like, it's my turn with this toaster now. I was like, what are you on about? It's mine. Go away. Like, this is my turn. Like, I was like, yeah, okay. As if they're going to give it back. Like, is it my turn yet? No, no. You know, what is it? Is it my turn yet? No, no, no. Fuck off. Always help a prisoner in need, yeah? When I say in need, I mean if he's on top and he's plugging something, right? What's it matter to you? Just stand in front of the screw for 5 seconds and block them off. Look, everyone says do that, yeah. A lot of people don't, right? A lot of people don't. And I'm not one of the bravest people in the jail. I really ain't. Yeah, I really wasn't. But I'd always help people in that situation because one, you're not going to get hurt. It's not a fight. I mean, you're blocking off a screw, and I mean, I've always been around that sort of like the environment in jail, yeah, the parcels and this and that, like the people getting in parcels or being like involved in getting a parcel or looking after a parcel or waiting for someone to get a parcel, you know what I mean? And you'd be fuming if that parcel didn't come. You'd be fuming, and especially if I would be, and especially if that parcel didn't come because that idiot over there didn't stand in front of the screws for 5 seconds and block them off, or mate, you went. It's really annoying, yeah. That could ruin a month on a wing. Like you'd want to kill that geezer, wouldn't you? Yeah. And I've listened. I've done it many times. Had many times where I've been in cellmates, especially in Pentonville, uh, where like cellmates have had to um been on the toilet plugging while I'm at the door, like going to the screws. You ain't coming in. What do you mean you're coming in? It's fucking 10 o'clock at night. Doors like slamming the door and like pushing them back just for 30 seconds while he's gone. Dup, 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 plugged about 4 things and he's gone. Then you let him in. You don't get in trouble. You don't. He's on the toilet. He's got diarrhea. Oh, like you know what I mean. Um, what does it hurt? And I've had people do it for me. Stand there, just push them back. It's like I've gone. What? Once it's gone, you're not getting in trouble anyway. Yeah. Don't mess up prisoners' gym, soc, phone calls. For the obvious reasons, mate. People want their gym and their phone calls more than soc, really. I mean, example, there was an old geezer in Chelmsford. He was in a wheelchair most of the time. I think he used to like act a lot, yeah, but he never used to shower. He stunk. He used to always wheel all over his floor, yeah, and out the door. The cleaners would be mopping it up. He always flood his cell out. He was a right annoying old man. And for that, sometimes it's easy for the screws to knock you for social or knock you for gym or you're late getting out. So like not everyone gets to use a phone call. It's easy to lose stuff because of this geezer. A couple of geezers went in his cell, a couple, not even one, and gave him an hiding. Got him and told him, well, basically he got moved off the wing after that. They beat him up. Geezer in a wheelchair beat him up because they weren't getting gym. I'm not even saying whether that's right or wrong. Tidy up after yourself. If you've got a cellmate, tidy up after yourself. It's respect, isn't it? And why do you want to you live in a toilet anyway? Why do you want to live in a dirty toilet? Why do you want to live in a dirty toilet? You live in a toilet. You literally, if you're on the bottom bunk, 9 times out of 10, your head's near that toilet. Unless you want to sleep with your head near the cell door. I mean, sometimes you might be lucky and have a toilet near the cell door. Imagine that. Sleep freely with your head near the window. Breathing in all that pigeon shit. I kicked a geezer out. Listen, a geezer. I woke up in the night. I've said this story. I woke up in the night. A geezer was sitting on the toilet seat on his feet, like squatting on his feet, taking a dump in the toilet, cleaning it with water. All bottles of water all over him. Yeah. And in the morning there was just crap everywhere, all over the toilet. Well, after I made him clean it, and he did clean it, I left the cell. I left the cell, packed my stuff and left the cell. I couldn't even stay in there. I couldn't even stay in the cell after that. I mean, I had to leave the cell. I mean, my best mate, I've been begged up my best mate. I ain't spoke to him for 3 weeks because of the fact that he was just not washing up his cutlery straight after he's ate. Don't leave it in the sink, innit? Don't leave it in the sink. I mean, I'm many things, but I'm clean. Yeah, I'm not dirty. I'm many things, but I like clean. I like to be clean, especially the cell. It's disgusting, mate. Like I've said about the worst cellmate. He is the worst cellmate. My best mate. I've literally not spoke to him for weeks because he can't wash up his stuff straight after you've ate. Do it straight after you've ate. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, don't touch someone's stuff. If you're in someone's cell and you're like just moving stuff around just because that might be who you are. You might not have no sinister intentions, but if something sinister does happen and something goes missing, who are you gonna call? Who are you gonna blame? Who's gonna get the blame? You for touching stuff. Just keep your hands in your pockets and or down the front of your trousers and don't touch. Keep yourself clean. Same thing. Uh, so there was one time, yeah, Pentonville when I'm the bio cleaner, cleaning up all the biohazard, all the bodily waste, anything that if a fight happens or suicide or self harm or anything like that, dirty protests. I get the call out and come. And there was one geezer who was just such a slob. His cell was disgusting all the time. I mean, his cell was full of fag butts, empty wrappers, empty yogurt pots, dirty plates where he wouldn't wash. He'd just go and get another plate and throw it on the floor. Sheets all piled up, and the sheet he's got on his bed is rancid anyway. Really, he's never changed it. He's got HIV. He's got Hep C. He's got TB. He's got one eye which he takes out his bloody head and leaves it plotted up just on the cell. Yeah, so when people look in his cell, he's just be sitting there with his like a big old pink hole, and he's just his eye just Listen, I'm not judging him for having what he had. Yeah, I'm judging him for being dirty, right? And once he left, I had to go in and literally for a dirty. Listen, you don't go in and do a bio clean for a dirty cell, yeah. And you don't go in and do a bio clean just because the geezer's got HIV either, yeah. I mean, you might want to clean it for your own uh, phobia, because there's actually no risk unless you like drinking all of his blood out of his body or something. But this geezer was pure dirty, and I had to actually go and do a bio because he was so dirty and all the rubbish and all the like snotty tissues and mate, his cell was grotty, and I had to go and do a bio clean in it because screws wouldn't even put someone in there afterwards. Yeah, that's how bad that cell is. Why do you want to live like that? Just be clean. Just be clean. Everything's free in jail. You get water, you get soap, you get shampoo, you get washing up liquid. Everything's free. You get your towel. Just be clean. Be many things. You can be many negative things, but just be clean, man. Do you know what? I see a geezer get nicked in a decat. In another jail, he'd have probably been weighed in, yeah, but he was stunk. And like, it's like dorms, isn't it? So everyone's like close together. You come out of one cell and you basically looking at another cell. Bang on, you could touch it as soon as you come out of your cell. It's like a dorm, like a hallway, you know what I mean? And it's like, so one smelly cell just stinks. And geezer, mate, his cell was rancid, and everyone was moaning about him. And you say don't snitch. Everyone was going to the screw and saying, "Garth, you've got to get this geezer off, or move him, or do something." The screws kept telling him he had to have a wash and clean his cell, and he never. So he ended up getting nicked. Imagine the humiliation of actually getting a nicking sheet under your door saying, "You're a smelly bastard, have a wash." I mean, when I was a YO, it's bullying really, but this geezer, he stunk, and he never had a shower. And I made him sleep with his trainers on at night for the 2 weeks I was in there with him. I never used to make him take his trainers off. Yeah, his trainers stunk. Never used to let him take his trainers. It's bullying and all that. I know, yeah, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for it now, but yeah, at the time, I was on the top bunk. Yeah, he was already in his cell. I didn't want his bunk, like the bottom bunk is where the party's at, but I didn't want it. It stunk down there. It was like coughing, and being on top when he took his trainers off made me gag, mate. So I just made him sleep with his trainers on for about 2 weeks till I got out of there. Don't be a snake. Don't snake. Don't snake. Don't mug people off. Do you know when you scam someone, rip someone off, or pull a fast one? Pulling a fast one. I'll tell you how me and my mate pulled a fast one. Yeah, I'm in a cell. Oh, everyone on this cell is single cell. Yeah, on the top, on the twos is single. On the ones it was doubles. There's a couple of singles down, but it's doubles. I was on the twos. Yeah, my pal was my next door. Yeah, from road. Well, I was pals with his brother more, but knew him as well. When he was my next door, you could talk through the pipes, passing through the pipes all along. And some geezer come in, was put in next door to him. So 3 cells in a row. There was me, there was my pal, and there was another geezer just come in. Me and my pal been next door for a couple of weeks. This geezer come in tonight. My pal's silent for a few hours for once. Yeah, when this first night he's come in. which is unusual. But I'm liking the break. Yeah, he talks way too much. You know, when you just want to chill out. I'm a person. I'll just want to chill out, watch telly, put the music on, read a book, do whatever. But I just don't like talking at the pipe and crap. Just want to chillax. Just want to chillax and chill out. Anyway, I've left him to it. He's come to the door later on that night. The pipe. He's gone, matey next door's got white and B, yeah? I've already had a bit, it's alright. Do you want any, yeah? Yeah, alright. Obviously, yeah. We've got the vapes, but we're using the vape as like a bong where you, it's hard to describe now. The prison vapes that you give out, yeah, you get like the bit with the liquid and give it and smash it, tip the liquid out. No, I'm talking rubbish, you know? The bit that hit the button where you push the heat, that heats up. Basically, you put stuff on that, yeah, and it's like a bong. Might have not explained it right. It's been a couple of years since I've done it, yeah. But put white and B in it all day long. So yeah, I've got it. Got a little bit off him. I don't know what it was, 2 of each or whatever. I couldn't even afford to pay for that really. By the end of the, you know what it is when you've got that. It's Moorish, isn't it? Moorish. Once you pop, you can't stop, mate. You know what I mean? So we're constantly banging him up all night past it. He's going, can you definitely pay for this? We're going, yeah. We'll get on the blower in the morning. I'm an insider at the time, yeah. I'm out the cell all day. I'm dealing with him like with the inductees. I'm dealing with these and telling them about jail and stay away from people like me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm teaching them about for the first week. You know what? This is the induction wing in Chelmsford. Yeah, F wing. I think I forgot the back one, the back wing next to the football court. Not the drug wing, the one next to it. It's F wing. And all night long, we're like, yeah, in the morning we'll get on the. Oh yeah, I'm an insider, so like I'll get let out first. Yeah, I'm not thinking about nothing at this time. Like by the end of the night, we've done about 300 quid each on him. Yeah, both ways 300 quid each. We've got to come out of in the morning and babe. But yeah, we'll get on the thing. I've come out first in the morning. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I just thought, do you know what? This just hit me, what I'm going to do. And I say, don't be a snake. This is the biggest snaky move ever, yeah? Went down to the screws office. I went, who's that boy 2 doors down from me? And they said his name and all that, yeah? And don't forget, I'm inside. I've gone in, got the red T-shirt on. Like, I'm a trusted prisoner. I'm getting ready. I've got my clipboard, getting ready to go and give a speech to the new to the inductees about jail. Who's that geezer 2 doors down from me? He said him and all that. I've gone, yeah, that's him, blah, blah, blah. I've heard a whisper on the ring, Gov. Like, what's the whisper? Didn't come from me. You got to keep quiet. He's like, what's the whisper? I was like, people think he's got drugs. Yeah, I don't know if he has. People think he's got drugs. They're gonna rob him. Come Soch. They're gonna run up in the cell, give him a slap, give him a beating. Knives are gonna come out, and I don't know if he's got nothing, but I don't want that to happen. I'm a good guy, obviously. I worry about these people with my clipboard and my red T-shirt. Worry about these new prisoners. I'm just doing my job. Thank you, Mr. Aldrin. You know what I mean? If he'd have looked at my eyes, they were like saucers. Ping! Like, well, about 10 minutes later, he got shipped off the wing to C wing for his own protection. Me and my pals like out the door. Oh, give your details. Oh, I'm not in the door. My door's open. I'm in there reading the paper, doing whatever. But my other pal through the door, like, he didn't know what's going on. My other pal next door don't know what's going on. He's fully just ready to knock him. That's what he. Listen, this pal is. This pal's a nightmare. I mean, they tried to send him to Whitemore for nothing. He was only doing it 3 years on a burglary. They tried to ship him to an ACAT, and he got there and done a dirty protest on a sweatbox. Just done a dirty protest. Was like, what? And had to ship him back. But Whitemore was like, listen, we don't care if this is dispersed or whatever. Like, we don't want this geezer shit up on the sweatbox. So I had to reverse and to take you back to the CCAT he'd come from. He was just murder. He was just constantly just in trouble constantly. But anyway, I've gone to him after he's gone. Yeah, we've both given him the speech. He gives you details, giving it to him. I've gone to him after he's gone. You never guess what I've done. He's gone, what? And I've like whispered it through the gap in the door. Actually, I've gone, no, go to the pipe. I didn't want no one listening. Go to the pipe. So I whispered like, I got him moved off. He's like, how? And I said, yeah, I heard that he was going to get robbed for his own protection. They've moved him. Like, he didn't know. The screws didn't tell him. They just moved him. So yeah, we got out paying like about £600 debt. But because I was because I was being snaky. And that's a prison rule, don't be a snake. Yeah. If you like that, hit the subscribe and we'll chat tomorrow. Adios.